Welcome, everyone. This is our Wednesday Wisdom, where we go over tips, tricks, and information on band instrument repair. Today, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Stephen Georges, who is going to tell us about his clinic. Before we do that, we have a hashtag, the Sax Smackdown. Make sure you put that in the comments below. That's going to give you a chance to win a discount off of our Smackdown registration, which is on February 23rd and 24th. There it is. Ryan, you've got a class coming up. You got a padding class coming up.
I do. We got a few things coming up, but yeah, this is the one right there, that Sax Smackdown, live from Wilmington, North Carolina.
That's right. So make sure you sign up on the website there. We do have a couple of winners. The winners for today are Miss Tina Macris and Mr. Wayne Leachford.
Wayne?
And Mr. John Gottlieb. Congratulations to the trio of you. Send me an email to rich@musicmedic.com and we will get you your discount on that. And we're getting closer to the Smackdown. And so we have one of the clinicians with us, the illustrious Stephen Georges.
There he is.
And there he is right there, looking very handsome. Stephen, you are the, let's just dive right into this. You are the founder of Moments Notice Repair in Indianapolis, Indiana. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your territory, where you're working, your geographical area that you're working in, and then how you got started in the trade of repair.
Sure. Thanks for having me on. My business is Moments Notice Repair, which is a mobile repair service built out of a converted shuttle bus. I'm mainly based in Indianapolis, Indiana, but I go anywhere. I'll go to Bloomington at least once a month. I'll go to Fort Wayne. I'll go to Cincinnati a couple times a semester. I'm pretty much go wherever they need me to go. And with it's in reasonable driving distance, it's got to be worth my time and money. My training for repair is very non-traditional. I didn't go to a trade school or anything like that. When I was an undergrad, I studied with a guy who had used to repair when he was in grad school, just to get the basics. First thing I did was repad my first saxophone over a summer. And I remember every paycheck I got from my summer job was sent to MusicMedic for tools and supplies in the early days.
And those checks didn't bounce. So I hope
They did not. They did not.
Very nice. Good.
And then after that, just kind of started working on my studio mates' instruments, and then went to grad school where they employed a instrument repair technician on campus. She had her own shop on campus and still does. And I would spend a lot of time down there after hours learning brass repair, more than just saxophone repair, just kind of getting the basics and everything like that. I was finished with school. I decided to get a job in instrument repair, got a job in Indianapolis, and cut my teeth for 7 years or so. Over the pandemic, decided it was time for me to do something else. So that's what I decided to do. And I wanted to stand out in my area from having like a brick and mortar store. So I decided to offer more convenience and something a lot different in this part of the country, because there are other mobile repair services in the country, but nowhere here. So I wanted to stand out. So that's why I decided to do that. And it's worked out great. I'm really busy. I'm traveling a lot. And I'm just serving my community a little bit more efficiently and have more convenience as well.
Wow, that's excellent. That's
very nice.
Thank you, Stephen. That's going to do it for the rest of
it.
our show here. No, let's excellent introduction. I had a couple questions, but you answered them. So Stephen, why don't you tell us, you're going to be coming to the Smackdown. Let me bring up the schedule here. The first day is going to start with Ryan. And we also have some news. Kurt just informed me that he's going to buy, I don't know how many is, but he's going to buy a bunch of waffle makers. And apparently it's not on the schedule here, but at the 7:30 registration,
Right,
it's also going to be a full waffle bar.
It's BYOB, bring your own batter. Okay. You can use our waffle makers. No, the batter will be included. This is another thing about this, like free food, free drinks, free waffles.
Free waffles.
If you were waffling about signing up for the Sax Smackdown, this is a sign. Like, you really should sign up.
Yes.
So
There's going to be a bucket of maple syrup.
Just dip your hand in. So yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, waffle. I was just informed of this about 15 minutes ago, and I am now super jazzed.
So Ryan, they may be a little sleepy for your
They
clinic
will
today.
be. Yeah, it's the sugar crash, waffles just kind of coming out of their mouth, and everybody's kind of falling asleep. Then they're going to have a coffee break, and right into Stephen Georges. They're going to wake them up. it's going to be awesome.
That's right. So Stephen, tell us a little bit about the clinic that you're going to be doing.
I'm planning to talk about saxophone mechanics. I'm a very big believer that saxophones are precision instruments. And in order to be as reliable as we want them to be, they really have to start with the foundation, which is the mechanics. So I want to talk about how to bring, intermediate, professional level, even student level instruments to a certain extent, up to precision level mechanic specifications. A lot of it will talk about how we can fit hinge rods with tools and then machining as well. We'll talk about making some tools for that purpose, such as making our own reamers. If we're going to replace a rod to oversize it because it's a 60, 70-year-old instrument and no amount of swedging is really going to get us to that nice fit we really want because it's so worn out. So during the clinic, I plan to talk about that, talk about what tools are required and useful for that. A demonstration of making some reamers with the grinders you guys have. We can talk about machining some tools and some parts with the lathe. Basically, how we can just elevate the mechanics of a saxophone to be more reliable, to make them play better, and just give more lasting repair.
Okay. Are you going to need to use the tool room lathe or the mill or any other of tooling that we have here at MusicMedic at your clinic?
The mini lathe would be great if we can. We can talk about how we can use a bench motor a little bit as a kind of pseudo lathe for those who don't have space or budget for a full lathe, to kind of get us there as well. Participants will, if they want to look and see what we're doing, we'll need some protective eyewear.
Okay.
So make sure those who are attending pack that. So we can talk about, because we're going to be grinding some hinge drill rods, so we want to make sure that we're being safe about it.
So your clinic is going to have some audience participation.
Yes.
Very cool.
Okay, very cool.
Oh, interesting. That'll wake them up.
Yeah.
Somebody gets
Wake
a
'em
little
up.
brass shard in the eye. No, that's not going to happen. We'll have safety
not.
glasses. So do they need to bring any tooling
No
themselves?
tooling. Nope, no tooling. Just the safety glasses would be fine. Mainly, we're going to talk about ideas of what they can and cannot do, with what we want them to do, or ideas of what they can do.
Will there also be like repair product demonstrations?
Yeah.
for the tools that you like to use?
Yeah, I've got a number of products from MusicMedic I like to use. There are a couple of some collet swedgers that I like to use as well. Yeah, I'll show off anything we need to get the job done.
Okay, and then you had said that you were going to make a reamer. I've never seen that done live. Tell us a little about making reamers and then why you would want to do that.
Sure. So reamers, like chucking reamers, are very expensive and a lot of the time are not available in the particular size we want. There is a way you can make your own light duty reamer to, let's say, open up the hinge tube a little bit. Let's say if it's like an F on the right hand, it's just got one hinge tube. Let's call this the hinge tube. A lot of the times on older saxophones, it's really wallered out or opened up or bell-mouthed here at the ends. And then if we were going to oversize the rod, we really need to take out material here to bring the size more uniform. So we can make a light duty reamer that will, out of just the same drill rod that you want to make the new hinge rod out of, and bring out the material here in the middle to bring everything nice and uniform in spec. And it's not hard to do. It'll take you about 5 minutes to make, and you don't have to spend extra money on it. And it's a reamer that you can resharpen over and over again. It involves grinding a particular face on the drill rod and then hand lapping it with some kind of sharpening stone and then deburring it. But it's a nice light duty reamer. You can put it on slow on the variable speed bench motors and really bring out the material inside of the hinge rod and make a really nice fit.
Is this something you can use with a hand drill as well?
You can use a hand drill as well. Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. So that is going to be a little bit about making reamers. That sounds pretty excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is your clinic, in terms of its knowledge level, what is it going to be geared toward? We're going to have saxophonists here. We're going to have professional technicians who are very experienced. So we're going to have a wide gamut of.
Waffle enthusiasts?
So there's going to be
We'll show
waffle
up.
enthusiasts.
I mean, come on.
What would you say your clinic skill level is geared to?
It's geared towards more of the beyond novice repair technician. However, for like the musician, it can give them insight as to what to expect, or kind of a benchmark of what's a good fitting key and how a technician may achieve that.
Very cool.
Nice.
Will there be prizes?
I'll bring some swag. I'll bring some,
Nice.
some tumblers. If I get get a blue Stanley, maybe I'll bring one of those.
Okay.
I'll bring tons of swag.
All right.
Stickers.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Stephen Georges. He is the founder, owner, and president, CEO of Moments Notice Repair in Indianapolis, Indiana, based out of Indianapolis. He's going to be here at the Sax Smackdown on February 23rd and 24th. And if you want to get up with Stephen, how can they contact you about your clinic?
You can go to my website at momentsnoticerepair.com, send me a message. We can talk about some more. You can find me on all the socials at Moments Notice Repair. I'm pretty much active on everything.
Very good.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. We're looking
nice.
forward to having you down here. This is going to be an excellent time. Ryan, your clinic is going to be a great way to kick off the
I'm going to
event.
be an opener. I'll get everybody kind of loosened up. They'll be already loosened up with waffle grease, but I'll get them loosened up even more. And then it's right into it, Stephen. You got to really hit them hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top that waffle.
The waffle.
Well, yeah, I mean,
waffle high.
It's the waffle high. Riding that waffle, chasing that waffle dragon.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Stephen for being here. Thank you to Ryan for being here. And we will see you guys next time. We'll be back next week with Jeff Peterson, who will also give a preview on his clinic. So stay tuned, tune in for that. And until next time, happy repairing.